Railways and castles, iron and stone, history and legacy. Some people forge a landscape for future generations to traverse, and some are themselves cemented in place, a monument to long-departed greatness. From our nation's pre-Confederation immigrants and industrialists to the iron horses and roads that connected us from east to west, Baden, Ontario is dripping in history. But hidden among the statues and stations, amongst the mass of dogwoods and chestnuts, another legacy is being created. Every summer, Baden plays host to the Foxwood Open, a testing ground for the highest caliber of disc golfer. Win here, and your name is remembered. Win here, and earn yourself a chance to compete in the prestigious Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship, National Amateur Disc Golf Tour Major Championship, or the United States Disc Golf Championship. 3 rounds of golf on the beautiful and menacing Foxwood Gold. 3 rounds to prove yourself against the best athletes in the sport. 3 rounds to change your career and stake a name for yourself among the greats. Will you be forgotten to the sands of time? Will your name wash away in the wind? Or will your legacy be made indelible? The second stop of the Canadian Disc Golf Tour is the Foxwood Open, driven by Innova. Witness history.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the final round coverage of the 2023 Foxwood Open, driven by Innova. I am Chantel Budinsky, or Miss Frisbees, and I am joined here by Chris Underwood.
Super excited to watch this coverage of the top FPO we have here in Canada, playing on a wonderful course. It's one of my favorites. Love this tournament, love coming to it every year, and I'm actually very excited to watch these ladies play it.
I would say that Foxwood Open is one of the more important tournaments in Canada since it is a qualifier for the Throw Pink Championships, so 2 ladies will be getting their golden ticket to compete at the Winthrop Arena in October.
That is super exciting.
And first up, we have Chantel Budinsky, me, sponsored by Prodigy Discs, and I'm sitting at a +5. And they made us do these little like scorecard things about our accuracy and distance and everything. I thought that was pretty cute.
Next up, we have Colleen McInnes,
sponsored by T3,
sitting at +6, overall 91.
Ooh.
Pretty solid.
Love the big germ shirt. And third, we have Sandi Hendel, sitting at a +13, also sponsored by Prodigy Disc.
And that is it, rounding out our lead card. Just a threesome today, so it's gonna go quick.
So looking at the leaderboard, I am sitting at a +5, Colleen +6, so we are only 1 stroke apart from each other. Sandi at a +13, and then Alicia +15, so only a couple strokes in between them. Hole 1 is a par 4, 770 feet. And as you can see, we kind of start uphill and you have to throw downwards. And there's OB left and hazard all around the baskets. This played really hard this year.
You had a little bit of wind on this one, and off the tee, it is brutal.
Yeah, the first tee shot is really hard. And then as you can see here at the basket, OB is within the circle. So your upshot needs to be pretty perfect, because if you don't get close, you're now going to have a death putt.
Up first, Chantel Budinsky.
And so we had a different wind than the other 2 days. We actually had a tailwind, and I disked down to D4, but it just stabled out and it's going right into the OB. But that's okay, because this hole actually averaged the hardest, tied with hole 5. So it's a pretty difficult hole. I don't think most of the ladies are going to be getting there for any look at a birdie. So Colleen also just threw into the OB. The tailwind is just taking over the discs and making them fade out.
Sandi getting a better line on it. Just needs to push past the hazard on the right, and
I think it actually ended up in the hazard grass. You have to make it pretty far down there to be safe.
yeah, unfortunately, she is right in the middle. Good outshot, though.
Yeah.
Pretty easy up from there.
I feel like it is nicer to kind of be on the right, in my opinion, to approach, but she's out in the open and should have an easy upshot. And this is where I went OB, and I'm just throwing a shot up there, trying to get as much distance as I can.
Ooh, getting some good skip. That was pretty low to the hand.
Yes, it was. And this whole hole is like uphill. You can kind of tell, but it definitely plays a lot longer than 770 feet.
There we go. Colleen throwing closer to it, hoping for that skip probably, and doesn't get it. She should have a very easy upshot from there.
I feel like this course plays pretty well to a lefty. Wow, she almost just threw that in there. It's funny to see the coverage after, because you don't get to see those types of things when you're so far away. And I'm just throwing my PA3, trying to get as close as possible, and I leave that kind of short, so I'm going to be looking at a death putt there. This is actually a nice angle for Colleen. She can kind of throw straight and count on the fade to get close to the basket.
Yeah, easy in the circle putt from there.
I was actually considering laying this up, but I already went OB,
Ooh,
and I didn't want to double, so that was a little bit of a shaky putt, but it's in, and we're good for the bogey.
Oh, left side.
Oh, it's just the first putt of the day. They're always the worst.
We've all been there.
Sandi making good for her bogey. And Colleen just tapping in for her double. So as I said, the first hole did average the hardest, tied with hole 5. So a whole 1.22 strokes over.
Hole 2, par 3, 325 feet. This one is tricky. You got to make it through this gap, which is uphill, low ceiling, and you cannot land on this green. That is OB, and there is OB long.
Yeah, they just added OB long, I'm pretty sure, this year. Oh no, it's hazard now.
Hazard.
So
Ooh.
if you go long in the hazard, you still have a hard putt and you don't get that extra meter in towards the basket. Very tricky hole, but you want to get close since it's only 325 feet. So I'm throwing my D3, just trying to get some good skip over the green, hoping to be somewhere close to the basket.
Ooh, good skip, left side. That's the safe play.
Yep, laying up for a par from there. I wonder what this disc is. I'm going to guess a D1.
Very nice. Not even really flirting with the OB.
No, she's just landing safe so she can pitch up and take an easy par. Now, Colleen looks like she's really getting a move on this one. And I think that's a wraith. She throws that a lot, has a really nice flight, and she gets up there for a putt.
Sandy's upshot just getting crushed by the wind there.
Hit the pole. Do I get points for that?
You should. Ooh, Colleen looks like she's running it.
Oh, no, she was laying up. This is a very scary putt to run just because of all the danger around the basket.
And it may not look like it right now, but there actually is a good amount of wind.
Yes, it is always windy. But today was the least windy of the days. Everyone just tapping in for their pars. So hole 2 averaged 0.44 over par. So still a pretty tricky hole, not many birdies. Hole 3 is a par 3, 380 feet. We have OB all right, as you can see in the long grass. Not much danger to the left, so if you can't make it all the way to the really scary green, then bailing out to the left is definitely a good play.
This hole definitely favors sidearms or lefties. It's just perfect for that, I found.
But you can get some skips, and as I said, there's OB everywhere. So I'm throwing my D2, and I'm going a little bit aggressive and trying to get that distance, but I know it will fade. And
Going over OB, that's
yes,
scary.
But I do get myself a long putt. Sandi with the lefty throw. Perfect line.
Beautiful flip up.
Oh, she gets a
Oh.
great skip.
That was great. Colleen going over the OB. Hoping for that to fade back, get
Ooh.
around this tree.
Very aggressive.
Oh,
I-
gets caught in the OB. Having to take it way back.
And she's going over OB again, so she's very brave. But it looks like it's working out great.
Absolutely parks it.
Very good recovery. Tapping in for her bogey. And I'm going to be giving this a little bit of a run.
Oh, that looked good from this angle.
A little bit weak, but we're right there for a par. Oh no,
No.
Sandi. That was such a good drive.
Hey, easy par.
Yes, very easy par. Honestly, at Foxwood, you just want to get your pars and stay clean. That's the name of the game here.
Yeah, finishing even would definitely be a solid score.
Yeah, great.
So it looks like we had one birdie on the day for hole 3, and it was Kat Johnson. I wonder if it was a huge putt. Good job, Kat. Love these slow-mos. Look at everyone's form. So as you can see, we have Alicia Hum sitting at 4th, only 2 strokes off from Sandi.
Yeah, and with that one, you just took another stroke for the lead, setting Colleen back by 3. Still a lot of golf left to play, though.
And you gotta remember, we have 2 spots up for grabs for the Throw Pink Championship, so very important to get your strokes early on and hold them.
The Innova Rolo, the disc made for rolling. The Rolo, making rollers fun.
Hole 4, par 3, 265 feet. This hole is pretty short but technical because you have to hit this gap either in the middle or on the right with a hyzer. And on the left side, it's all water, so you're risking your disc if you go with the hyzer shot.
It also is OB behind the basket, so you have to have the perfect distance. So I'm going to be throwing my MX1, and I just wanted something super overstable to get a nice left push, but it ends up a little bit short and I'm behind that tree, so that's just going to be a pitch up for a par.
Yeah, not much of a putt from there with the raised basket. Sandi, very tough lefty hole.
She had a beautiful line. It was just a little bit low. If it just got a little bit more skip, but we'll see what she does from there.
Colleen going high hyzer. Is she gonna get? Oh, where did that skip to?
Pretty sure it's safe there. She'll have a putt at it. I'm just stretching out, trying to get as close to the basket as possible. Can't really do much under that tree.
Okay, Colleen with a good putt. Runs it. Oh.
She gave it the good height that it needed. Oh, and Sandi's pretty... She has a good line here. Oh, man. Big putt.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
So close.
Everybody just left with tap-ins now.
And it may seem like a tap-in, but with the wind, it's still kind of scary.
Yeah, it definitely gets in your head. I remember being there for the tournament, and I had to take a second.
Every putt counts, so take your time. And I could not pick up my mini there. Colleen tapping in for a par, and same with Sandi. And there were no birdies on the third round, which is kind of interesting because it was pretty calm, so you'd think that there'd be some birdies, but nobody got it. Moving on to hole 5. Hole 5 is a par 4, 615 feet. This is another very difficult hole. It tied hole 1 with the hardest hole. The first throw, you are throwing over OB, either a sidearm or a turnover, trying to get somewhere near this hill. And then you have another difficult shot trying to get somewhere near
this creek.
So very low ceiling, pretty difficult to get there for a birdie. I think that this is just a par hole for the FPO field. I am going to be throwing a D4 and hoping that it turns. I think we had a headwind on this hole, so I just turned it over a little bit too much, gets a cut roll, but I am safe.
Sandi going over the OB, hoping for it to come back. And it definitely does. That is a perfect spot.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I wonder if she'll go over the path again or if she'll try to sneak something under the trees. Colleen turning something over as well. And it looks like it might have turned too much and went OB short, I think. So she'll be throwing from the drop zone.
Chantel is at the drop zone right now, but she did not go OB. She's just throwing from it.
And I threw that way too high. Gets some turn, but it does fade right before the OB. And I'm in a pretty good spot. That was a very good shot from Colleen. She had a really good height, but it was just a touch bit too high. And that's what makes it so difficult because those trees really just catch anything that is coming by.
Ooh, Sandi, a little too much height once again. But that's an easy upshot from there.
Those trees are not letting anybody by today. Oh, and Colleen just looked like she early released it just a little bit. She'll have a pretty long putt to save her bogey.
Ooh, that was a little misfire throwing it into the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I did not feel confident for some reason, and I just threw it right into the ground. So I have a long putt to save my par. Colleen giving that a good run. She gave it enough air.
Yeah, she's been running all these putts. No fear today.
And that was a pretty lousy putt by me, but I'll be tapping in a bogey. Oh my gosh,
another
Sandi.
spit out for Sandi.
She's been all over this basket.
Colleen, easy putt for her.
Unfortunate double bogey, but she always knows how to come back.
She sure does.
Tapping in for a bogey. And I think Sandi is as well. Yeah, so it's a pretty difficult hole just because of the first shot and then that low ceiling.
Hole 6, par 3, 255 feet. This one is uphill, low ceiling, and it is surrounded by OB and hazard. You really want to just hit this hill and just have something stick. You don't want to go too far because in the back bushes it is very thick and you will not have a look.
I am throwing my M model US, just trying to get something super straight, maybe a little bit of turn.
Ooh, this could go hazard.
No, it can't. It's safe.
Oh, it's passed. Okay.
I'm in that little bowl there. That bowl collects a lot of discs and it gives you a nice little look to the basket.
Ooh, this looks good.
Oh yeah, nice little flex from Sandi.
Oh.
Oh, but she was throwing a little bit more of a faster speed, so she hits that bush, but it stays out on the...
That's absolutely fine, though.
That's good.
Colleen going a little higher, looking like it's going to fade back.
It turned over just a bit, but she still has a putt from over there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, but it's a little bit scary. Look at that.
That scared me.
She has no fear,
Oh,
though.
she gives
She's
it a
going
run.
for it. Oh, it looks like it sits, though.
That was a nice, solid bid. Oh,
Another hit on the basket for Sandi.
she is all over it today. Chantel with the birdie. Good putt.
Thank you. It was nice to finally get a birdie on the card. Alicia Hums also birdied this hole.
So played pretty tough. Only 2 birdies on the day?
It averaged a 3, so 2 birdies and I'm guessing 2 bogeys.
Alright, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Chantel holding on to first, getting some strokes. Colleen is still holding on there. Sandi is fighting back. She's coming up. And once she hits a couple of those putts...
Yeah,
it's
they're
gonna get
going
real
to
close.
fall eventually. They have to. Hole 7 is a par 4, 500 feet. The first shot off the tee is through a double mando, and it is kind of hard because of the low ceiling, and just trying to hit a double mando always seems hard for some reason. But they also added OB left this year because I think a lot of people were just bailing out on that side, not going through the trees, so now they're making it a little bit harder. You gotta hit that low ceiling to get your birdie down here.
Chantel up first, going with her D3. Trusty old D3.
So I just wanted something that I could throw flat and have it turn right before that left tree, because being over there on the left is probably, in my opinion, the best place to be, because you can either go a sidearm or go down the middle through the trees.
Sandi flipping up a little bit.
Ooh, that was close, but she is through the gap and she's in a really good spot. I feel like this is another good lefty hole.
Oh, Colleen, nice and low.
She's so good at those low line drives.
Yeah, just like laser beams.
Yeah, and she's through the gap as well, so we're all looking good so far. Now she's looking up the middle gap through the trees. And another just low line drive, and look at how...
Absolutely
Oh, she
pures it.
crushed it. And she's parked. Parked for a
That is
birdie.
such a good shot.
I'm just trying to throw my D2 on a sidearm, but I threw that way too low. I'm not as cool as Colleen, so I'm going to be up on that hill still. And Sandi's going out around, and I don't know if she wanted that a little bit wider, but she'll be inside the tree somewhere.
Ooh, squeaking by.
And I'm there for my par. Oh, Sandi giving this a nice run.
Oh.
I feel like she's had so many birdie looks. She's just waiting for those birdies to fall in.
Oh, making it look easy. Good putt, Chantel.
Thank you. Saving my par. And Colleen with the absolute tap-in for her birdie.
What a birdie.
She played that great. Sandi with the tap-in par. And we only had one birdie on this hole, which you got to see Colleen absolutely shred this hole.
Yeah, she made that look easy.
Yeah.
Love the reaction from Sandi. Hole 8 is a par 3, 270 feet. This one is drastically uphill. Another low ceiling shot. It is not the basket on the right, it is this far one up in the middle of your screen. There is OB long and to the right, and there's also OB green on the left if you somehow end up over there. I don't see a lot of people doing it, but it's possible.
It's definitely over there. So Colleen throwing her signature low line drive. I think it was just a little bit too low though, but
on the green.
it's probably just an easy up shot from there.
Oh, Chantel making the opposite mistake, going a little too high.
Yeah.
Let's see if Sandi can do right in the middle.
Oh,
Going the
going
left
out,
side.
yeah.
Haven't seen that. Oh,
Get
and she
up
gets a
there.
skip. That's going to be a tough run for birdie, but furthest out of the group. Colleen giving it a jump putt.
Yeah, that should do for a par. And I'm also just laying up. It's kind of hard to do anything else with the trees in the way.
Oh, Sandi hitting the cage once again. That was a good run. Colleen easy tap in for the par.
Her face. She didn't think it was in. And everyone just tapping in, taking some more pars.
You're not too mad about pars out here.
No. Hey, my form didn't look too bad there.
Yeah, that didn't look. Oh, you know, like right out of your hand that one was a little too high.
Yeah, it was a good line, just too high. Oh. Hole 9, par 3, 330 feet. This guy is a little tough one because, as you can see, we're throwing downhill. It is an island green, kind of. You could lay up short, but that's just crazy. And then we have OB long, there's a pond, and OB right. So it's just a very difficult hole. You gotta get pretty close, and then the drop zone is also 100-ish feet, so there is potential to go OB again.
Colleen up first. She's going off to the right, hoping it'll hyzer back in, and just a little too low.
It was the perfect line. It was just too low.
Oh, that was looking so good.
I'm throwing my M Model S, and I'm giving it a little bit of height and hoping that the wind just helps me out and brings me to the basket.
Oh, glides perfectly, fades perfectly. Loved it.
Looking at a 25-foot putt. Sandi throwing a D2 out wide.
Oh, good anti-skip
Yeah,
there.
that was a good skip. She'll be looking at a birdie too.
Great upshot by Colleen. I've seen a lot of people go OB again from that drop zone.
That'll scar ya.
Definitely wasn't me.
Was it you?
It wasn't
Oh
me.
no! Ooh, a little high, but it's in. I'm surprised it went high since the water's behind there.
Yeah.
You'd think I would go low, but... Good putt. Jinx. And Sandi will be tapping in for her par.
Full range of scores on this iconic hole. One
Yeah.
of my favorites.
It's a tricky one, but you always look forward to coming in, throwing the island hole at Foxwood.
All right, let's take one last look at the scoreboard for the front 9. Chantel sitting at an E, solid round so far. Colleen +5, Sandi +2. Everybody doing pretty decent. Not bad, not bad. There's a lot of runs there.
Yeah, let's see if Sandi can hit some birdies and push Colleen, because they're pretty close right now, and we got a full 9 holes left.
Let's give a special thanks to Parked Pro for coming out and filming all these wonderful ladies and putting all this effort into making good content. We really appreciate you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the back 9.